Hello everybody, it's Liam here, and today I'm going to be walking you through how to scrape Google Maps automatically. So if you want to scrape all of the US for, let's say, a particular segment, you can do that with this. And I'm going to show you how to scrape positive and negative reviews from the review section. So that means you can reach out with specific messaging, or if you don't want to do that, you can also just straight up get the email from the site, and you can just reach out to them and be like, hey, I would like to pitch you myself. And yeah, so I'm going to walk you to do this automatically, and you can also do this manually, which I have another video on my channel about. It all begins with Google Maps, right? One of the issues with current databases, and the main one is Apollo, the main culprit, that's the one I use the most, is they have a bad habit of not having all the information, or the information is outdated. Google Maps will probably, like, it can't really be outdated because the business owner has to keep updating it and updating it, and if they close, they have to like say that they closed. And I think there's a feature as well where people can be like, this place has closed down, so other people know, even if they don't, basically they don't know, right? So this is just gyms in London. I did this beforehand because I don't want to out my location. And pretty much when you are scraping Google Maps, like per area, you can only scrape 200 per search. So I used to do this a lot where I did use Phantom Buster and I scraped a bunch of like all this other bullshit. I'm so happy I never have to do that again because it was the biggest waste of time ever. But the manual way of the manual way of doing this is using Instant Data Scraper, and pretty much this has a like a scraping function, and this is completely free. So if you want to do this, do it. And it has infinite scroll on, and it'll just loop through, and it'll start scraping all of the places. And as you can see, it's going through here. We're going to do this automatically because this is also a big waste of time. I'm going to stop this. So as you can see, it's going through. So we want this, right? And as we go through here, I'm just going to location. Okay. So let's start here. We have the location of London, and we want to run an Appify actor. The one I would recommend using is this Google Maps extractor here. It's $6 for 1,000 results, or you can use Serper.dev. Serper has also another kind of nifty little thing, but this means you don't have to stop searching for this one. It will do all the segmenting for you. And from here, as you can see, we have, let's say, restaurant, and we have New York, USA, right? And what you basically want is to come over here, and you want to, of course, you want to run the actor. So you actually need to run it for one actor run. Let me see. Where are we looking? Oh yeah. So this is the Google Maps URL, like instead of these search terms. Number of places you want to extract per search. I would limit this. The reason I say this is because I ran this once by accident, and I burnt, like, I was just burning money, and I didn't realize because I searched for a really common thing inside the New York. I think it was literally restaurants in New York. I just burnt like a ton of money for no reason. But basically, if you come over here, you can go into JSON, and basically you get this JSON here, and this is what you want to be putting into Clay, right? So you basically go in, you use an Amplify actor. I'm just gonna edit here. Let's see if this comes up. Perfect. And basically, you select the Amplify actor from this Google Maps one. I have a lot because I just do this for fun. And then you input this JSON inside here. So if I was to copy and paste this over, wait, I would always recommend putting some sort of limit on, just so you don't do what I did and be dumb. Here we are. And then basically you can do this, right? And this is great because you have the max crawled places per search, and then you basically have the location query. And this can be adjusted around. So I'm going to put in the location here. So as you can see, we put in the location, and this search term you can change. So this can be gyms. Like, it doesn't really matter. Orient. That's how you spell restaurant, guys. Trust. And pretty much, you can run this now, and I'll just show you what it looks like. We just save and exit. I'm going to turn this. I'm gonna just stop this from auto updating. Boom. And then let's say we add another row, and we want where are we thinking? Oh my god, this is so difficult. Paris, right? You basically run Paris, And as you can see, it's cute. And if I come over here, there's going to be a run going on, unless it's already finished, which would be unfortunate. Let's see. Oh, I love when stuff doesn't load. Cute. Let me see. I'm just going to reload and we'll see what happens. And we're going to come back in now. I'm just going to pause and move back in a sec. Listen, so everything decided to break as soon as I tried to do that. But if we look at it here, right, this was the run we just ran. I don't have a time on my laptop because I'm weird, but it is currently 14:03, so that was 2 minutes ago. And this was the run we had. It was for Paris. And as you can see, if we open it up, we have whatever that means, the URL, the city, the rank, the phone number, like all this stuff. So if you want to cold call, if you want to do all this, contact them, you want to sell them your stuff, you want to look at your total score. This is a gym, so yeah, you do that. And then basically from here, you basically write this to a scrape review section. So I haven't mapped this over yet, just so I can show you this, and then we can go into what this actually means. So I'm gonna move. Whoa, this is not what I wanted. Well, it's not like breaking the fourth wall. So pretty much you map this over. You have the Google URL, you have the phone, you have the title, the address, and the website. So the goal is to basically get their website for sure, right? And this is basically you find the domain from company. This is using Clearbit. So we have Cafe on the Hill, Cafe on the Hill. And if we can't find that, we then use Clayagent, which is an AI version, and it will just go through and it will look for the website using a Google search. So if I come over here and we look at this, it'll basically go through and it will search up the actual name of the company and the address, and it'll just try find them. And it costs literally nothing. And then from here, we then map it to a new column. And if this exists, we then normalize the domain so it actually looks like a URL, and we are good to go. And then from here, we then have to run another Amplify actor to actually scrape the site, right? And this one, I have this here because it was breaking on me, but it's called Google Maps Review Scraper. It's 50 cents for 1,000 reviews. So if you can't afford that, I wish you all the best. And pretty much you basically do the same thing. So it's number of reviews, and I would limit this because you don't need all of them. And you can sort by like newest, most relevant, highest ranking, lowest ranking. And some people have like review software and it can like remove reviews from people's websites. I've talked to a few people that do this. I don't know how it works. I don't really care, but if you want to do this, send emails being like, look, this is this review. I saw this on this day. So look, if I look at here, pretty much you use the same concept, come in, and you get the Amplify actor. This has a funny thing, but it's going to change. And lowest ranking, and you get the same JSON structure. So if I come over here, you basically have the same JSON structure, and you just copy and paste it in, and you map it over, and you run this, and from the outputs, you then get this absolutely beautiful thing where you get the text, not baby friendly. I arrived with my 18-month-old son. There were 2 free tables for us, but the front house said he couldn't give to us because he preferred to wait and see if he could get 2 adults. She turned us away. A lot of these are like, I'm pretty sure just fake, and like you have other people just trying to destroy the business, which is really sad, but that's just life. And you have all this like criteria, and you basically go through this, and it's like, okay, this is great, and you can output, and you can be like, the shakusa is a lovely dish, but every time I taste it, it had it at 215. Like, this is so random. This is like, this is just so random. Unfriendly staff. So you can basically say to them, look, I saw this person said this thing. Do you want to remove it? Like, full stop. So something like that. And the final thing where you guys were, if you were ever curious, right? Let me just move my head over. Oh, I think I had my head in the way for the amplifier. It should be okay. You guys understand. Basically, you want to use AI to extract the email from the website, or you can use Zenrose and scrape with Zenrose and look for phone numbers and emails. There's also that too. But pretty much this is the prompt. You're tasked with extracting email addresses from a specified site and its related sites. Extract any email address found on the provided master URL and its related sites, ensuring they are directly associated with the site and not from online forums. Visit the provided URL, look for any of these generic emails. If there is no email, return NA. And you give an example. And then it looks something like this. And you basically get an output. And look, here are some of the outputs that you get. Tom's Pasta, reservations at tomspasta.co.uk. You can sure as hell guarantee that Tom is checking reservations. There's Stokey, the goodegg.co. There is order at Cafe on the Hill, all this sort of stuff. And basically what you can go is you can go through here. You use an extract URL and emails, and it'll pull this setup here. And it'll pull it out. And then you validate it with a validation software. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this just to show you what it kind of looks like, because I haven't run this yet. And once this runs, it'll basically, so it's going to get added to the bottom. Some of them have websites. This didn't, but it found it using the Searbit extension. And then from here, now the Appify actor should be running. And so look, as you can see, the Clayagent has already gone and it's scraped an email because we need an email. So if I was smart, I would only run this if, which sometimes I'm not, but I would only run this if we found an email. So we're not using money on the Appify actor for no reason. But as you can see, it pulls some emails and some of them they cannot find, which is fine. Like that's perfectly normal. And this is going to take a while to pull because it's 10 of them at the same time. And I may have set it a bit too high. Let me see. Again, Appify has been breaking for me the last like 10 minutes. So hopefully this works. Yeah, I have a feeling this is not going to load. Yeah, oh look, the crawler is starting. And as you can see, it's about 0.5% for each. And it's just pulling them and each and every single one. And there we go. Now it's put it back. So this is for France. So as you can see, it's in French. I do not speak French, but yeah. Probably the worst hotel I've ever stayed in. I was there for a month for work and had 6 showers. Yeah, something like that. But look, that's perfect. By the way, I have a link in the description for my lead generation agency. It's completely up to you if you want to go have a look. This is just me basically pitching you guys how I can help you guys book more meetings, run some GTM campaigns, just basically fill your calendar with calls. It's there if you want to have a look at it. If not, no worries. But otherwise, if this is something you guys enjoyed, drop a like, drop a sub. If you have any problems or anything you'd like to run through, drop it in the comments. I'll make a video on it. But otherwise, that's about it. And I hope you have a great Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. No, today's Thursday. See ya.